What up, Ryan? Thanks for the question. So, interesting. Interesting. I'm glad you asked the question. So, how did I become vegetarian? Well, ever since I was young, I believed that killing animals was wrong, basically. I always thought that way. I've pretty much always thought that animals should not be killed. Um, but what my parents and brother and whatever had pretty much taught me since I was little was basically it's already dead, so might as well eat it. Like that's sort of the logic that I had heard when I was younger, and so I kind of bought it. I believed it, and it's pretty much what I said to people. It's pretty much what I was younger. I wasn't going to question it. But one of the big things, when I was very little, I would question about my church. Now keep in mind, my church didn't say some of the messed up things some of these other churches do. But my church did say that man was special, and I didn't believe that. I always believed that man and animals man was no better than animals. I believed that since I was younger. That's actually something that I lost more when I got older. But, I used to believe that man and animals, no one was above anyone else. But yeah. So I always believed that. And once I kind of found out more information about being a vegetarian and what meat eaters actually do, I became a vegetarian. I think one of the things that kind of convinced me was I read something that said that vegetarians, if you're a vegetarian, you can save up to 100 animal lives a year by being a vegetarian. See, when you eat meat, you create a direct demand for meat, and that's what Onision says. When you say, I want to buy this meat, that meat was slaughtered and then given to you. If there were more vegetarians in the world, let's say the world was 30% vegetarian. 30% of people were vegetarians. Wouldn't there be less animals dying if 30% of the world was vegetarians? Wouldn't it also be that the meat industry would pretty much be forced to start treating their animals correctly? If there were more people that opposed the way animals are being treated by the meat industry, there would be more change. If more people gave a crap enough to care that animals are being tortured and actually gave a crap enough to do something about it, then it wouldn't happen as much. The problem is most people don't give a crap. And when you're in a situation where you have so much going wrong towards people, in a way I can't blame people for that. It's like people naturally are going to care more about people than animals. Yeah. But basically, as soon as I realized that by being a vegetarian, I was reducing the slaughter, that I was actually making a difference by being a vegetarian, that I was no longer creating a direct demand for animals to be slaughtered, pretty much when I switched over. So, yeah, and it's actually true, though, that you are making a direct demand for slaughter when you buy a hamburger, when anything. And I know what you're probably going to say, or what a lot of people probably think, that, it's not going to make a change. There are still going to be animals dying as long as there are still meat eaters. And it's true. But vegetarians reduce that number. Reduce the number of animals suffering. Reduce the number of animals being killed. And vegetarians send a clear message to the meat industry. That they really do. It's more than just a message, though. It's actually making a constructive change. And vegetarianism does do that. Some people take it as far as veganism because they see how messed up even the milk industries are. The cheese, whatever. Personally, I should look into that more. Not vegan. I'm not going to be a vegan. But I should look more into how cruel sometimes the cheese industry, milk industry, whatever, is, and see if I can get things that are different from that. It's a little bit of a problem because someone else is shopping for me. I'm not shopping for myself, you know what I mean? Now my mom's very helpful about my vegetarianism, but she doesn't exactly know enough to know what meat, not meat, know what cheese, milk is cruelty free. I ask her to get eggs though that are cruelty free. I make sure she does. I very much complain when I see that she doesn't, and she gets them from Trader Joe's, and Trader Joe's eggs are cruelty free generally. I believe they have a sign that says that they're free range or organic, whatever it is. But yeah, Ralph's eggs, you have to look for organic if you're going to Ralph's. You have to look for free range if you're going to be at Ralph's, but at Trader Joe's, they're all. So let me show you guys a little bit of what I eat and give you an idea of what sort of stuff I eat. Now keep in mind this is very different from some vegetarians because I don't like a lot of vegetables. I do like celery, I do like carrots, I do like, for fruits I do like apples, but I'm a pretty picky eater. And so I like a lot of meat alternatives. I got sausage patties, fake sausage. I don't like these much, and I just need to finish them off, but barbecue riblets. Fake barbecue riblets. Morningstar. Notice there are a lot of Morningstar. Asian veggie patty. Veggie burger. And let's see, what else do I have right now? Chicken patties. And this is a vegetarian favorite. Eggo chocolate chip waffles. I'm gonna find out just how unhealthy I really am. No, I like a lot of bread too. So, I eat a lot of bread. That's really not the most healthy thing, but I do like bread. I also have these things called, what are they called? They're called buffalo wings. They're fake buffalo wings. They also have just chicken nuggets. And the buffalo wings are spicy is the big difference. They're tried to be like buffalo wings. And they're really good. But as for finances, I think that if you can afford, I think mainly you can afford it. It's not too hard to afford being a vegetarian. Maybe you can't, it doesn't cost a whole lot more to get actual meat. From what I've seen, I don't do the shopping. It's not on my money. But unless, if you're on a food stamp, I wouldn't be trying to tell you to go vegetarian. But the reason that I think people should go vegetarian is because it reduces the demand for meat. And the more people become vegetarian, it sends a clear message to the meat industry. And it just creates a better world in general, one step at a time, and reduces animals' suffering. So I would suggest becoming a vegetarian, or at least trying to get organic meat. If you must eat meat, make sure that it's free-ranged and that, cruelty-free. Don't buy it from places like KFC. That sort of thing is definitely a good thing. And, yeah. Spike here. Peace out.